good morning and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're here for the first time. Today I am going to be doing something very exciting. We're not going to talk, well we are going to talk, I'm going to talk. I don't like you. This is the first video in the New Zealand series. So if you haven't already guessed from the title, today we're talking about the actual process of moving from the UK to New Zealand. So if you're watching this, I'm guessing you're thinking about doing it. Or at least you're interested. Maybe you should do it. Do it! So we've been here basically a month today. And I'm gonna have to tie my hair up, I'm too hot. Sorry guys, it's very warm in here. I'm really hot. So we've been here just over a month now, and I was voice noting one of my best friends the other day and she was like, wait, so you've got a flat, like you've literally just moved there, like how does it all work? And to be honest, it did get me thinking, like, it is a bit crazy. Like, we've just moved to New Zealand, to a whole nother country. We're renting a flat, we've got bank accounts, we're getting jobs. Like, it seems like quite a big thing to do, but do not fear. I am going to talk you through the whole process, and actually, to be honest, it couldn't really be much more simple than it has been. So yeah, let's get into it. Oh, just before we start the main part of the video, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I'm very close to 500 subscribers and I'm really excited. So please make that happen for me. And if you like this video, you find it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Or if you're my mum or my friend or my dad. Dad, give it a thumbs up, please. Thanks. Okay, so the first thing you need to do if you want to move to New Zealand and you want to work here, like if you haven't saved up enough money to actually just live here for the whole time without working, which would be a lot of money, then you need to apply for a working holiday visa. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the steps to do this. I will put the link down below where you can go and check out how to apply and where to apply. It's all done online. It's a really smooth and easy process. We got approved like quite quickly, although you do need to like make sure you do it in advance. And the only other thing to mention is when you need to apply. So once it's approved, you can enter New Zealand for up to a year. So say it's approved on the 1st of January, you can then enter New Zealand right up until the end of that year, the 31st of December. On the 1st of January next year, you can no longer enter, so your visa would be invalid. The day you enter, your visa becomes valid for you to stay for 1 year. It's valid for a year from the day you enter the country. Did you just see that fly go past? It's really annoying me. So that's all you really need to know about the visa. It's a very easy, straightforward thing to apply for. You just go online in the link which I'll put below, and it's common sense. Number 2, what to do when you get here. So obviously you're going to come with all your stuff, arrive in New Zealand, and once you arrive you need a place to stay. And if you're looking for flats, like if you're looking to rent here long term, I personally would recommend finding an Airbnb for a month. Luckily, we've been very lucky. We've got quite a few friends and family here, so we've been able to stay with them most of the time, but that's not everyone's position. So find an Airbnb for at least a month whilst you're setting yourself up. Okay, next up, if you are looking to work here, you are going to need a bank account. Now, it sounds kind of stressful, kind of complicated setting up a New Zealand bank account. Is it really necessary? But yes, it is. If you're going to be employed, the employer is going to have to pay into a New Zealand bank. They won't usually pay into an international bank. But the good news is it's really easy and really simple to do this, and you can start the process before you're even in the country. You can apply online. We went with BNZ, Bank New Zealand. There's not a lot to choose from if I'm like completely honest. But BNZ and ANZ I think are the two that are most recommended for working holiday visas. We went with BNZ, no particular reason, it just popped up first on our list. By the way, if you can hear the washing machine in the background, just know that I'm doing some washing. We went for BNZ. You can apply online before you get here, and then when you get here, all you need to do is go into the bank branch within the first few days. You just tell them you've applied online, you need to finish setting up your account, bring your passport, bring your visa, show it all, sign some forms, bish bash bosh, you're done. It will literally take you about 10 minutes in the bank to sort that out, and you come away with your bank account ready to go. Now the next thing you need to do when you get home from the bank that very same day, listen to me very carefully, you need to apply for an IRD number. It's a tax number, sounds faffy, sounds strange, sounds complicated, sounds scary. Again, it's a really simple process. I will put the link down here of where you need to go to apply for this. Make sure you go through the government website and not some third-party agency, because they'll charge you and it is free. But essentially getting an IRD number means you will be taxed correctly when you start working. If you don't do that and you don't have an IRD number, or you give the wrong IRD number or whatever it might be, you could end up being charged far more tax than you're supposed to pay, and you won't necessarily be able to get that tax back. So essentially you're throwing money down the drain. Get home from the bank and apply for your IRD number. It's really quick and easy, but any job you apply for, you have to fill in your IRD number, like on every form. It's really annoying, but it's really crucial. Okay, so you've got your bank set up, you've got your IRD number, you've got somewhere to stay temporarily whilst you've arrived here, and now you're probably looking to find somewhere more permanent to stay. So the next stage of the process very much depends on whether you want to live in a flat share with other people or whether you want your own space, your own flat. My best recommendation for anyone who wants to share accommodation, like live with other people, is to go on Facebook groups. There are groups called Brits in Auckland, Brits in New Zealand, flat shares in New Zealand, all of the above. Just search groups on Facebook, you'll find them, and there'll be loads of people posting, looking for people to fill spare rooms in their places. So that way, I think, is quite easy. The other scenario is you want to live on your own, which is exactly what we wanted to do. Me and Ollie were looking for a flat for the two of us. So where can you look for a flat? This is a little gem of information now. There is a website in New Zealand called Trade Me, and it is where you're going to find everything you ever need. It's kind of like a Gumtree style website, but especially for flat hunting, this is the place to be. So just like you would in the UK, if you went onto Zoopla, you go onto Trade Me, find the rental properties, put in your filters, off you go. And then I would say it's actually easier to book viewings because it's all done online through the Trade Me website. You can literally like book a time slot yourself. In terms of availability, like the rental market is quite good here. You will find stuff that's available in like a couple of weeks time. Generally the best places are snapped up quite early because they're the best. But if you're desperate or you just want to get on with it, you can definitely find places within a couple of weeks that you can move into for sure. Okay, so now you've got your flat, your bank account and your tax number, you can start looking at applying for jobs. And it really depends on what kind of job you're looking for. If you're looking for like a casual job, just a backpacker style job, there's a really great place called backpackerboard.co.nz. I'll put the link in the description. Backpackerboard has a tab for jobs, has a load of jobs listed where they're actively looking for working holiday visa applicants. Other than that, there's Seek, there's Indeed, and there is Trade Me. Trade Me, again, as I said earlier, is the place for everything. There is a separate tab for jobs on Trade Me, loads of businesses, loads of jobs advertised there. Go and have a look on Trade Me and apply just like you would in the UK for a job. If you're looking for some casual work and you want to get into work quick, I do suggest printing off some CVs, and then once you've got your flat and you've decided where you're going to live, you can spend the day walking around the area handing out CVs to every cafe, every restaurant, every bar you see. The other thing you can do before you get here is apply to work with a temp agency, and then the other obvious one is recruitment. Talk to a recruitment agency and let them help you get a job. Okay, this brings me to the last bit of setting up your life over here in New Zealand. As I mentioned before, Ollie and I moved to Auckland. If you are thinking of doing the same, you are going to need a car. The public transport here, everyone says this, is not great. So a car is pretty much an absolute must. And I am no expert on cars or car hunting, finding the right car. It's very stressful. Luckily, Ollie knows a bit more about cars than I do, so I did kind of leave this one to him. You can look on Trade Me for cars, you can look on those same Facebook groups for cars, but the way we ended up doing it, because we had a bit of money behind us and we knew we wanted to buy the car but then sell it pretty soon because we might leave within 6 to 8 months. So we decided to go to an actual like car dealership, and we ended up getting a Toyota Aqua, if that is helpful. It's a hybrid car. Hybrids are great because you get a bit of a rebate from the government when you buy it, and they're really resaleable because everyone at the moment wants some kind of electric car, and they're great for little city cars. It just seemed like the best option for us. And there we go, that is it. You are set up for your new life in New Zealand. Yay! Okay, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope it's been helpful if you're thinking of moving to New Zealand or you just want to learn about the process. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I will definitely get around to answering them. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I will see you next week with another one. Thank you very much and goodbye.